Let us look at the new comics coming out this May 15th. It's a small week. You guys should be able to grab some new titles off the wall because there wasn't a lot on there. Maybe 50 to 60 titles, if that. A lot of small press books. Not a lot to show you. We have the last issue of Black Widow, number 5. Wasn't a great series, but it's got beautiful Clayton Crane covers. And if you're going to MegaCon over in Orlando, this book would be great signed, as well as 1 through 4. Just a thought. That's Black Widow, number 5. Then we've got a new one from Coffin Comics and our friends Brian Polito. We've got Hellwitch. Don't worry, Jeff. 2 copies made it your way into your file. Do not fret. But this Hellwitch book is beautiful. Look at that. Almost square bound, very heavy, very chunky. Hellborn, the Hellwitch, number 1 from Coffin Comics. Then, of course, all of you crazy nuts out there getting your Immortal Hulk. That's Immortal Hulk number 17. You know what? Slight printing error. Don't know if you knew this or not, but look. In the UPC box, yes, it doesn't say digital code. Didn't check the inside to see whether or not there's a digital code. It just looks a little empty. Don't you agree? I'm not sure. Maybe. Just looks wrong, like it's misprinted. Immortal Hulk number 17. Then, my choice of the week, we've got Last Stop on the Red Line from Dark Horse. If anyone has ever ridden the subway, the train as they say, the tube, if I may, The Last Stop on the Red Line is a crime thriller right up your alley. From Dark Horse, Mayberry, Lotfi, Roche, and Pruitt. That's The Last Stop on the Red Line. New number 1 from Dark Horse. And of course, the big secret is out. Everybody wants to know who Naomi is. And it's Naomi Unleashed, issue number 5, in her new uniform and exploring her new superpowers. If you've always wanted to know what the secret was of Naomi, this is the issue to pick up. That's issue number 5. And another great pick of the week, we have Planet of the Nerds. I read the first issue of this. I could not suggest it higher. It's a high suggestion for me. It's very funny. Think Back to the Future, time travel, and nerds, lots of nerds. And this is Planet of the Nerds. If you ever wanted to get back at those jocks that used to push you around in theater school. Yes. Yes, this book is for you. Plus, the artwork on the interiors are just as good as the cover. And that's Mr. DNA himself. Also, going to be attending MegaCon, another book that you could get signed. Yes, that's a thought too. And then, of course, the chivalrous and damn sexy Lando Calrissian Star Wars Age of Rebellion. Number 1, Lando Calrissian, another beautiful Terry Dodson cover. Look at that. He's gorgeous, standing there with his choice of capes. That's Lando Calrissian, number 1 from Marvel. Then we've got the War of the Realms continuing. It's the War of the Realms onslaught. We can't get so many books. Here's a new number 1, War of the Realms, Giant Man. I think it should be say Giant Men. Yeah, we've got Atlas. We've got Ant-Man. We've got Giant Man number 2. Yep. And then Colossus. Man, what's up with all that? Lots of big boys in the house going up against even bigger boys in War of the Realms, Giant Man. Then we've got the new War of the Realms, Spider-Man and the League of the Realms. There you go, it's Spidey and the League of the Realms. I can't really tell who is in this book. Yes, lots of interesting characters that I don't recognize. There you go, that's Spider-Man and League of the Realms, #1. 4-issue miniseries, possibly 5, from Marvel. And of course, we've got War of the Realms, Strike Force with Captain Marvel, #1. Look at that. The War Avengers, first appearance of the War Avengers. You might want to pick this one up. Who was in the War Avengers? Well, we've got Weapon H. We've got Captain Marvel. We've got Captain Britain. We've got Lady Sif. And who else do I see? Oh, we've got Lady Deadpool. Or is that just regular Deadpool? Can't tell. Venom. Yes, yes. And the Winter Soldier. Quite the happy troop there. There you go. There you are. War of the Realms. Strike Force. The War Avengers. That is all I have to say. We've got a couple of other cool titles that came out. We've got Miles Morales starring in the newest Ironheart with Riri Williams. Of course, we've got Justice League, Destroyed by the Dark Knight. We've got the new Farmhand, Fair Lady issue 2. Of course, as you know, each issue is a self-contained issue. You don't have to collect the whole series. You can just read a single issue of Fair Lady. Seems interesting. There's only fair men, but she's the first Fair Lady. Second issue of The Devils came out. We've been waiting a long time for that one. From Rock Comics. Yes. Amazing Spider-Man Hunted, issue #5, the fifth part. This is actually issue #21, 5th part in the Hunted storyline. Looks like he's being overwhelmed by a plethora of vermin. Yes, there you go. Newest issue of Lucifer, #8. There you are. That's a nice one. And, of course, Spider-Man Life Story issue #2. It says Life Story, and it starts off with him in a coffin. Not a very good start. There you go. That's Life Story Spider-Man issue #2 right here at Nerd Out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Make a comment. Tell me how I did on that impromptu monologue. Yes. Shakespeare, Notre Dame, Shakespeare. I did this specially for a friend who bought me this shirt, so I thought I'd treat him with a nice little monologue from Hamlet. And that is all I have for today. It was simple, it was quick, easy, just like coming in and picking up your books in your sub right here at Nerd Out. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. And I will see you guys next week. Be on the lookout for a new edition of The Vault. That's coming up really soon, I promise. Until then, cheers. Going for the button.